Eno Extra Media UJ. Subscribe for all updates.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I seek your procedural guidance and perhaps input from government, because certain issues are matters of law. You've talked about issues of fact, and one could even say fact to person A could be different from person B, but a law, regardless who is dealing with it. Mr. Speaker, on Thursday, I left early and I did notify you as going to court to secure the release of the Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi as one of the sureties, and he was granted bail. The following day, on Friday, he was en route to Kampala and he was intercepted and taken by armed men in a Toyota Hiace vehicle, popularly known as a drone. That was Friday, Mr. Speaker. Today is Tuesday. His family has been looking for his whereabouts, and the rest of us colleague leaders. Now, my questions to government are twofold. Number one, where is the Honorable Muhammad Mwanga Kivumbi? Number two, is this the new normal? Because it's important that we know. Is this the new normal of how government will, they call it arrest? We call it an abduction because, Mr. Speaker, the law stipulates what an arrest is in Article 23 of our country's constitution. The Attorney General is here. He's a very senior lawyer. In fact, he has lectured most of the lawyers in town. Article 23 is very succinct. How somebody gets to be arrested, where they are taken, to police first, and thereafter, within 48 hours, produced in court. Mr. Speaker, I have seen some people say that Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi was picked up because of a tough speech he gave when he went back to his constituency. Now, that's problematic on two fronts. One, who determines that what he said was illegal? I thought it's a court of law. Who gets to determine that? Let's even imagine, Mr. Speaker, for argument's sake, that he said anything that is ultra-vires. Who determines that? I thought it's a court of law that does. Government has several times been urging the population to avoid mob justice. And on that front, I agree with government. Government officials, police, and so on, they say when you catch somebody, even if you catch them in an act, never mind that sometimes it's mistaken identity and somebody gets beaten, yet they've done nothing wrong. But that even if you catch somebody, whether stealing something of yours or whatever the case might be, government has been telling the population, take those people to police. Don't beat them up. And on that regard, I agree with government. So why doesn't government do the same thing it tells people to do? We need to stop preaching water and yet we drink wine. If you're telling people, if you catch somebody, they've stolen your money, your whatever, take to police, please don't beat. Why isn't government doing the same? If you assume that somebody has broken the law, produce them in court. It's now been 4 days, Mr. Speaker. We don't know where Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi is, and we do hear, I've seen some pictures on social media, I don't know if they are authentic. Bruises, blood, I don't know. And the only way that can be cleared is when we get to know where he is. Mr. Speaker, you see, we were here in September of 2021. Again, some who are saying it's because of what he said. Honorable Segirinya Muhammad and Honorable Alan Sewanyana were granted bail by court. As they were getting out of Kigo prison, outside the gates of Kigo prison, they were abducted. They had not said anything anywhere. In June of 2024, the Honorable Paul Akamba, who were here with him in the 11th Parliament, he was granted bail. He was abducted within court precincts. So the Attorney General needs to help us understand. Number one, where is Honorable Muhammad Mwanga Kivumbi? He needs to be accounted for. But number two, is this the new normal? Have we now veered off what the law does stipulate. Learned Attorney General.
Thank you. I think I don't know whether I should go directly to the attorney because there are issues beyond him. I was feeling I should go to the Right Honorable Deputy Leader of Government Business, who is leading his troops here, and he will be comfortable to pick any of the officers, of the colleagues, to support him.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and I thank my brother, Honorable Ssenyonyi, for his intervention. I have heard him clearly, but for me also to be able to give you a fitting answer, I request that I return tomorrow and give you a fitting answer. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Ssenyonyi, I don't want to be diverted beyond that, and tomorrow is not far.
Mr. Speaker, there were twofold issues. The where, we can wait for tomorrow because he probably has got to find out. It's not him who picked up the honorable member. So, yes, we hope that tomorrow we get feedback on where he is. But my second question, and that's why the learned Attorney General is here, was for the country to be guided. Is this the new normal? Because that doesn't have to wait until tomorrow. Because the Constitution is succinctly clear.
Colleagues, the Attorney General is coming on. I have an announcement. The Parliamentary Catholic Chaplaincy invites you to hold a Mass in celebration of the feast of St. Thomas More, patron saint of politicians, on the 16th of July 2026 at 5 p.m. Parliamentary Conference Hall. The main celebrant will be Right Reverend Constantine Rupini, Bishop of Nebi Catholic Diocese. And the invitation is by Honorable Luce Akero, woman MP Amuru. Yes, and as the Attorney General is coming also, Honorable Minister for Health, I have received today 8 questions related to the strain of malaria. Colleagues are talking about the strain of malaria, and it's coming from colleagues across, the country. So I don't know whether you will, I don't know how you would handle such an issue, because I brought it to your attention. Yeah? I don't know whether you want to go prepare statement or you address the nation and how you can prevent, or, and therefore also on top of that, honorable colleagues, we shall be having the malaria walk, the annual malaria walk, as part of us giving back to the community and creating awareness against malaria on the 26th of July. And our very own, the Right Honorable Jacob Obos, will be our chief walker. You come out in big numbers. We are joined by the civil society, diplomatic community, health practitioners, and the general public, schools. We work against malaria and create awareness the public on how they can prevent malaria. Attorney General?
I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and I thank the Leader of Opposition for his query, which I'm trying to answer as ably as I can do this moment. Mr. Speaker, the term new normal or old normal does not exist in my legal vocabulary. As far as I know, this Parliament and this country is under a dispensation of constitutionalism. And I have that constitution in my hands here. And where it regards to the liberty of every Ugandan, it is here, very clear, in Article 23, and I can read.
Colleagues, can I have order in the House, please?
and I can read specifically 23, Article 2, for the members of this Honorable Parliament. A person arrested, restricted, or detained shall be kept in a place authorized by law. That's the Constitution. A person, now sub-article 3, a person arrested, restricted, or detained shall be informed immediately in a language that the person understands of the reason of the arrest, restriction, or detention, of his or her right to a lawyer of his or her choice. A person arrested or detained, A, for the purpose of bringing him or her before a court in execution of the order of court. Mr. Speaker, I don't have the facts of the arrest or alleged arrest. All I know is that we are under a constitutional dispensation. And Mr. Kivumbi has these rights, and they are protected. And as the leader, government business has indicated, tomorrow we shall be here before Parliament and give all the facts, and we shall ensure that this Constitution, which we all swore to protect, is protected. I submit, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. No, honourable colleagues, point of information and point of clarification, okay, are granted by the member holding the floor, not the speaker. Matters of national importance, honourable colleagues, I have around 17 matters, but as a tradition, I take 5. So I've looked for 5 which appear more urgent. The rest, we shall roll them over to tomorrow and Thursday. Honourable Maseruka Robert.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today I rise on a matter of urgent national importance concerning the safety of railway crossings. On July 10th, this same year, our nation mourned a tragedy that happened in Chetume, Katosi Road, where we had a collision of a bus and a train, leading to a loss of 1 teacher and very many students being injured in the same bus. Right Honourable Speaker, even when statistics show, for those that were on ground, that the cause of this was because of failure to follow traffic instructions, we cannot continue to accept these collisions as inevitable accidents. In many parts of the world, Right Honourable Speaker, railway safety is treated with absolute priority. Governments treat the railway corridor.
Honourable, these matters are for 1 minute.
Yes.
Not conclude prayers.
Thank you. I would pray, Right Honourable Speaker, to the Ministry of Works and Transport that we have integrated early warning systems, that we do not actually, that do not need to base on the amount of the noise in the vehicles that are being used. We need physical infrastructure control that should be placed on these roads. We need public awareness and enforcement. Right Honourable Speaker, safety is shared responsibility. We must launch vigorous national campaign to educate drivers, especially those in public service, on the lethal reality of railway crossings. We must empower traffic police to enforce strict penalties for any driver who ignores railway safety protocols. Finally, Right Honourable Speaker, the students that were involved in this recent tragedy are our country's future. The lives and the life of the teacher should not have been endangered by crossing that lacked basic protection.
I urge this House to support a directive requiring an immediate safety audit of all railway crossings across the country and the allocation of the necessary resources to modernize them. We must act today so that no more families have to endure the pain of such preventable loss. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Now, colleagues, the language of directives is not for us here. Okay? How do I direct people I don't appoint and I don't supervise? That's why you again come, you say, you issued a directive, it wasn't implemented, but I don't have a capacity to say, okay, I fire you. I think we've been working as colleagues. Whenever we say a minister, we request a minister, I see them responding. Okay? I think that's a more humble language. Right, Honorable? That video went viral. I know there's a minister for traffic, for internal affairs, but it is mainly to do with what Honorable Maseruka is raising. When the train is crossing, we should block the roads. Simple, not a traffic person going and, you know. I don't know what you can say about that issue of all legal crossings in the country being protected so that we don't lose more people.
Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, this matter has been deeply discussed in Cabinet. We share this concern, and the government is taking steps to rectify this situation.
So Right Honourable, we can, okay, let the matter be followed up by the Committee on Physical Infrastructure as it's doing its work. And then they will report on the floor. Honourable Twijukire Boaz.
Abalungi abatuuliriza era abatulaba olunaku olwaleero tuchaddeko ewa Sheikh Asiraf Dembe.
Ssebo nsanyuse okubalaba. Amannya agange Yezeseeka Asiraf Dembe akola ku bizibu by'enjawulo. Omuntu singa aba alina ebirwadde musomereddwa tumuwa amazzi ga lukuya nga bw'obadde ogalaba tugenda abantu ku kyoto ne twokya emizimu emibi egibabaamu n'okulomba edduwa abantu singa abeera ng'ali wano atuuse sobola okumulombera edduwa ne waba atatuuse nga mpadde amanya ge naye ng'ali wala neetaase enamba yange yeeno eri 0707763711 nammwe bannyinaffe abali ebweru oyagala okuba nti oyagala okulombera ku dduwa ng'olina ebizibu viza zibuze amaka gakolongotana sente zikola zimpita mu ngalo ojja kumpeereza ekifaananyi kyo n'amanyago ebyo byokka bijja kummala nja kukulombera edduwa ojja kutereera olunaku olusembayo mu mwezi mba n'edduwa eyawamu ffenna n'abalwadde bange abakadde n'abapya. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.